2, 1. It's Friday.
Yay, Friday!
Friday Sips Live.
Here we are.
And we've been doing really well getting ready for this ahead of time. And we finished with 1 minute to spare.
Yeah.
Partly because we were doing some other video work for
Dawn Patrol, which is not launched yet, but
will be.
will be soon.
So if you feel like, you know, every Friday I love watching Mark and Dan, how could I see more of them? Because nobody asked.
That's a sickness. If you, we need to talk. If that's what you're asking yourself.
Yeah. Look, my shirt looks wet.
That's because you got a shadow.
It's got shadows.
Yeah. See, we set it up perfectly.
It's enhancing my moves.
Your moves.
So, but we got to talk whiskey, and
Yeah.
I guess I have to confess, I had a plan. We were going to drink side by side Teresa's batch, formerly my favorite Booker's batch ever, with the Bardstown batch, more properly known as Dan's birthday batch.
Yes.
Because it is our new favorite Booker's batch ever.
So good.
Unfortunately, I got up from the house and left a box full of whiskey at the back door.
So we're stuck with what I have.
We are. Which is that.
I mean, there's more, but
Well,
this
sure.
is what we're drinking today.
Yeah, we also feel like we need to put some kind of limit on things because
Yeah.
it's been getting a little drunk.
Well, do you want to start with returning to Castle and Key?
I think we want to wrap this one up because we
Yeah.
didn't really do formal open the bottle, back to the bottle videos on that, and I would, except I really just don't want to drink any more of it.
I'll take a little sip. And I had a little sip last night because when we opened this, Mark's general impression was you did not like it.
I did not care for it.
And I thought, it's okay. It's pretty good. It's pretty.
Poor Cam.
And then it was, not my favorite, but not bad. And then I had a little last night, and I have a box over there of whiskey bottles I do not want. And I put that in there after I had a sip last night. So here's what I really like about Castle and Key. This is batch 1, by the way, which apparently is really difficult to get. I didn't realize that, but
That's the box full of whiskey.
that's the box, yeah. So they're all open bottles I don't like. We do this for you, by the way. We're givers. I love the nose of the Castle and Key, and I still do. It's just this lovely, fruity, apple juicy kind of nose.
Agreed.
Bready, kind of like, it's just, there's something that's like Nilla wafer. It's really good.
And it's delicate.
It is.
Yeah.
But then you taste it.
Yeah.
And it's still got some interesting things going on. But it's a little thin, it's a little hot, and it's just not...
It doesn't taste good.
It doesn't taste bad. That's the thing, is it doesn't taste bad either. I think...
That's where we disagree.
Yeah, but so if you put it up against something like these guys, its neighbors here, blown out of the water
Or
completely.
pretty much any other bourbon.
Oh, stop. Stop. Now you're being ridiculous. It's not that bad, but it's not something that I would go out of my way for, I think, at this point. I think what Castle and Key's got going on is it's an interesting thing. I think in a few years, maybe we try again, another batch.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And look, we're all drinking some Castle and Key whiskey, even if we don't know it. They've been contract distilling for a little bit. I think that's correct. I think some of it's old enough that we'd be drinking it in other labels. I mean, clearly there's a bunch of great people involved in it. I do love the packaging, and I'm always the one that says, give me $5 back in a box full of whiskey instead of these fancy bottles. That's a pretty cool bottle.
It is.
But I just can't drink the whiskey.
It's, and again, I'm drinking it and I'm back to like, it's okay. It's like I would sip on this. I go back and forth.
Is it going back in the box or is it?
See, I don't know. I had it last night and I was just very certain that it belonged in the box. Yeah. Now I'm not so sure. Now I feel like maybe it needs to stick around.
Yeah.
It's one of those whiskeys, man. It just doesn't, I haven't made my mind up on this one. So Castle and Key, batch 1, thumbs sideways, we'll say. Yeah.
Not great. What's Larry's asking about lube?
I got lots of lube.
What are we hoping? Oh, well, we're hoping some lube would drop into it and improve the taste.
We could try.
I think Dan's drifting back towards it might not be that bad. I'm pretty sure it can't get a whole lot worse. And I hate that. I hate that I feel that way. But and I guess
I need to get a dump glass. Hold on.
It really doesn't even have to be that bad a whiskey. It's just that there's resources involved. I really, as hard as I might try, I can't drink all the whiskey.
Well, you said something, yeah, and that's what you said earlier that made a lot of sense is, you can only drink so much whiskey.
Yeah.
Is this what I want to spend my time sipping?
Exactly, and I just don't.
And that's the whole box over there is like, there's some of those bottles in there are not bad bottles, but they're just not bottles I'm going to go back to.
I think that's fair. That's fair. And like I said, I hate it for Castle and Key. Oh, you gotta warn me when that's.
Sorry, I was doing something awesome over here and I didn't warn you.
Anyway, I hate it for Castle and Key. I had high hopes for that, but so far, swing and a miss.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about something else.
Yeah. Let's talk about. Oh, you opened up one of those Four Roses small batch selects.
Yeah, this is.
What do you think about that?
I like it. I do like it quite a bit. I bought this.
I like it too.
I actually bought this the same time I bought the Castle and Key. And I mean, we've talked about these before. We both have sort of agreed that we need more Four Roses in our lives.
Yes.
And we haven't made that leap. So I saw this and I went back and forth between this and the single barrel. And I never know what to pick. Because I love the single barrel. I've had the single barrels before. And I'd never bought a small batch before. So this is my first small batch bottle that wasn't yours.
And that's small batch select, to be clear, not the regular.
Right. Sorry, small batch select. The nose is not very big.
Really? It's like fat.
Really? Mm. See, now this is where I think Castle and Key actually beats it. So mean to me.
Well, it just doesn't. It just doesn't.
I mean, this is fantastic everywhere else.
Oh, Larry's talking about over there.
Oh, like I'm dripping lube from my mountain bike. And
There you go. Yeah. Sorry, Larry, we're slow today.
Yeah.
I forgot everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
This will help.
Yes, this is delicious.
Yeah.
And if you didn't drink this next to, which we have done, the small batch limited edition, it's just fabulous.
Yeah. No, this is a solid purchase every time.
Yep.
I haven't done it next to the single barrel or next to just the regular small batch.
Well, that's the thing with Four Roses, though, is there. You say the single barrel. There could be 10.
Well, yeah, sure. The OES.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And I don't know that I'll ever come around to stop and figure all that out, because
there's got to be like a handy cheat sheet, right?
Well, no, there is. But what I mean is that's an entire hobby in and of itself, to figure out which of those 10 recipes
is your
favorite.
Your favorite.
I don't know that I can invest that much money and time into that.
I think we're just the right people to do that.
Well, maybe, but I think the other issue is, I've never had a Four Roses product I didn't really enjoy.
Yeah.
So what do I care? I'll just buy whatever's there and drink it and enjoy it.
Yeah, there you go. See, win-win. Bye, Angus. Enjoy the baseball parade.
Yep.
It's
have fun. Family stuff matters, man.
That was always my favorite growing up as a kid. We used to have the parade.
Cheers
too.
to you for doing that.
Yeah, we used to have the baseball parade, get our uniforms on. Good on you. Also, go Yankees. I'll fight you all on that. All right, so Four Roses, win every time.
Yep.
Can't beat it. So, do you want to wash out with our standard?
Yeah, this is happening over and over again, and every time it does, I think, this is really truth. If every time we drink something really nice, we return to our baseline whiskey of Wild Turkey 101 and decide it's as good or better,
Yeah.
why do we keep buying the other stuff?
It's a good question.
Is it variety? Do we just need variety?
Yeah, I think that's part of it. And trying new stuff is fun,
It is.
But I think, when you can get Wild Turkey 101 for 20 some odd bucks.
I paid 23 or 4 the other day. I bought a 750 of it for the podcast I did with Stacy. And I wondered, sometimes they'll hide a change in process behind a new bottle.
Right.
But it was just as good.
Yeah. Yeah, you think about something like Turkey 101 versus, what I spent on this to try it. And, part of this is you want to try the little guys and the startups and the new guys. And, that's part of the fun too. And I'm willing to spend a few bucks on that. But,
Absolutely.
If I want a sure thing, that's our guy. And also, the other sure guy, which we keep talking about over and over again, is this Russell's 10. So I brought that out. So we got our sure things here.
You know what's weird about that Russell's 10? I like it, and to me, it's worth. I think what's retail on that, $38 or something
like that.
It is absolutely a 10-year-old bourbon, $38 worth it. But I've never paid more than. I bought a pile of them. They were on sale one day for like $19.99 a few years ago. And the last time I bought one, it was $26 or $27.
I bought this on vacation, so it was a little more expensive.
Yeah, but you just can't beat it.
No. All right, here, have your rinse out.
You know what we might do is we have now accumulated some 10-year-old whiskeys. Maybe we should do a 10-year-old drink off.
That's not a bad idea. Yeah, because this is 9 and change, right? This is 10. We could do it right now.
Well, but I got one more opportunity to sneak some McKenna in.
Oh, geez. Why do you torture me like that? That's not fair.
I'm hoping eventually
it's not going to happen. It's just not. McKenna. The okayest whiskey to ever okay.
All right, well, here's a chance where you baseline it and you go, that Four Roses is worth $65 all day long.
Versus the Turkey 101, which,
yeah.
Wow,
The turkey's still good.
Sure.
But
this has something extra.
At least at this point, you go, all right, cool. I'm good buying that $60 bottle.
Yeah. I sure do love that wild turkey nose, though. Mm-hmm. Man. All right, I didn't rinse out, which was my first mistake. All right, yeah. All right. Cleanse thy palate. We should make T-shirts, by the way.
Yeah, Larry says ABC in Alabama is 40 for the Russells.
For the Russells, yeah.
Still worth it.
Yeah. And I mean, I think I bought this for $38, and I see it on sale all the time at Hazel's.
It stays in Hazel's for $28 or $29.
Yeah, it was
hard to beat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 101 holds up, but you're right. It's
good.
Yeah.
But we have the Castle and Key. We go back to Wild Turkey, and you go, no way.
Yeah, I mean, there's just more. I mean, strangely enough, there's more complexity here. There's a bit better mouthfeel. I really do like the nose, though. Is that weird?
Well, just keep it and smell it.
Yeah, I'll just sniff it. I'll just put a little perfume, you know. And to be fair, we also gave this to a friend, and the face he made was worth recording. I wish we had.
Did we warn him, or did we just let him drink it out?
Oh, we were. Also, to be fair, we had polished off most of the bottle of Booker's. Yeah. That's not fair.
Not fair.
That's not fair.
So, can't go wrong with that.
Nope.
I feel horribly unprepared.
We are. And
it's my fault.
It is.
I cannot believe I left. Actually, easy to believe I left that box of whiskey sitting there. I also was bringing the Old Forester barrel proof.
That was good.
Single barrel proof. And the reason I was bringing it was because last night at my men's group meeting, the support group, which is just some guys on the deck drinking a bunch of whiskey, I brought Booker's bottle and the Old Forester single barrel proof, and both the fellows that were there got into that bottle and wouldn't let it go and said, I like Booker's, but this is better.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It has opened, where it sits at home, it sits behind something, and I know you never think to drink it.
Yeah.
But every time I go back to it, it's a little bit better, a little bit better.
I zipped through my bottle of that so fast and had no time to open up. I had time to get in my belly. That's about it.
Delicious.
All right. Well, we got 2 bottles left.
We were talking about the 10-year.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had some in a few months.
Well, this is time.
I bet we have a little of that.
So, the 10-year is funny. So I went on vacation a couple weeks ago and went to a liquor store, and, they didn't have anything outstanding on the shelf, but they had this. And so I said, well, that's my guy. And this is the second vacation I've had where Russell's 10 has been my companion for the week. I never regret it, ever. Mm-mm. It's always such a top-notch choice, which is funny, too, because it's 90 proof. And usually I'll look for something more proofy, especially on vacation, just to have that bigger experience. I'm sitting on the back porch after a long day of entertaining a 7-year-old, But this is always a pleasant sip, so we should do it. So we're clearly on the turkey homer.
We're definitely turkey homer.
Yeah, there's a good pour for you.
In fact, if David Jennings, Rare Bird 101, had started all that might be our thing.
Hey, you know what we can pretend we're doing? Is drinking that Master's Keep that you got on your shelf.
We're going to pretend. We don't have to pretend if we don't want to.
Go home, go get it, come back. I'll wait here and drink this.
It is a lovelier nose than the 101.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It's a fuller nose, too. It's like, there's more going on.
Rich.
Mm-hmm. You still get that wild turkeyness, though.
Oh, yeah.
This has more like a vanilla, spicy, clovey kind of thing going on.
It's a little fruity, too.
It is.
Yeah. You can miss the 11 proof points a little bit.
For sure, yeah. But again, you know, I also think like I tend to go on vacation on places that are warm. You know, at the end of a long hot day, we're already dehydrated.
Barrel proof. Yeah. Fair enough.
Be on the floor.
Isn't that a ridiculous thing? 90 proof. That's summer drinking.
Yeah, I know.
But it is delicious.
Yeah.
And I have used it in all sorts. I know you're not a cocktail person. That makes one heck of an old fashioned.
Yeah. I do like your old fashions, I gotta say. I didn't like the Sazerac. It's too sweet for me.
So I think the problem was, and it was sweet, the problem was likely the drunkenness of the bartender at that point.
Could have been, yeah.
Because actually I got done and was looking at the glasses and I went, oh yeah, we had Sazerac.
That was we may have overdone it last time.
After we stopped the stream, we went out. We were sitting on. I don't know when it happened. We were somewhere on the patio, and you said something like, "Where's Melissa?" I'm like, "Oh, she's upstairs taking a shower." Like, how do you know? She texted me when she got home.
I have no idea.
Do I need to leave? No, we're ordering pizza.
Yeah. I'm staying for a few more hours. Yeah.
That is delicious.
It is.
Yeah.
It is, and so reliable, and so
approachable.
It is. I mean, everything about this bottle is just, it's perfect. And here's another one. Like we talked early on in the podcast, which, by the way, we have a podcast. But early on in the podcast, we talked a lot about bottles that we would introduce our friends to whiskey with. But also, you know, even if you're into whiskey, that's what's so, it's like a versatile whiskey. It's still going to impress people who are already into whiskey. But if you want to introduce somebody to the world of whiskey, this is such a good start. Because my experience is when people get into whiskey, they fear proof.
Yes.
They fear.
Yeah. New people do fear proof.
Yeah. I mean, even 100 proof, they're like, whoa, that's too much. That's too much. 90 proof, still pretty approachable. Lots of complex flavors, but you know, you're not going to overwhelm them with like hotness or whatever. So, good bottle for that.
I'll tell you what else is good for if you got some uppity new whiskey person that thinks they know everything. You let them sip a little bit of that, and they don't know any better. And then you tell them it's wild turkey, that'll blow their mind.
You know what I'm loving more and more, though?
What's that?
I really do love this, is that we have discovered that blind tasting is the way to bring anyone down to the level.
Yes.
I love a good blind taste.
Yeah. In fact, we need to do that. I need to put some McKenna in there.
I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I will still hate that, I'm sure. I don't hate it. That's not the right word. That's not the right word. I don't hate it. I don't know, man. That's something about it. Just
you're entitled.
Although, you know, you did get me with the Blantons that time too. So
I was telling Stacy last night we were recording a podcast about Irish whiskey, and we were talking about, you know, surprising things and proof. And I recounted the time I snuck some Evan Williams Black Label in on you.
Yeah.
Blind tasting does it, man. We've gotten each other a bunch. You got me on one where I couldn't figure out it was a Dickel product.
Yeah.
How did I not know that?
Yeah. It was. In fact, it was the 15? The Dickel 15? No, it was the bottled and bond.
No, it was the one of the barrel bourbon things.
Yes. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Got a blind taste. And we had a ball doing that live. We blew right through the last series of Blind Shelfie Throwdowns here on the live stream, and that was fun.
Yeah. All right. You opened the door here to this. You mentioned Irish whiskey. What do you know about Irish whiskey? Do you know much?
I don't know what's much. Do you want me to tell you everything?
Do you know more than me?
Yes. Do you want me to tell you about Irish whiskey?
Well, I want you to tell me about this Bushmills bottle that I just got.
Well, I don't know specific about that bottle, but there's 4 styles of Irish whiskey, one of which is single malt Irish whiskey.
All right, pause. I'm going to get the bottle, because they got to look at the bottle, right?
Can I drink while I'm pausing?
You can drink away. So, you know, like a lot of you, I am part of a whiskey club, a monthly pick with my local store, Spirits, Wine, Provisions, down here in Arvada. And I went in the other day, and Casey had this month's pick. Which camera do I need to show this at?
Well, let's just do the sipping camera.
All right, sipping cam. There it goes.
No,
there it goes.
Move it in front of the...
All right, turkey.
Oh, wait,
excuse me.
That's the sipping. There we go.
All right.
Now we're there.
All right, so we got this Bushmills. This is this month's pick. It is a 12-year, I gotta pick it up now, 12-year single malt Irish whiskey. You should switch the camera angles because I just moved the camera. I just moved the bottle.
I can see it.
Oh, okay. 12-year, let's see. Aged in Oloroso sherry and bourbon casks before finishing in Marsala casks, giving this triple wood single malt whiskey its dried fruit and cherry flavors.
Well, more wood is always good.
I haven't had triple wood since college. That's good. Gross. All right, I'm going to get in trouble for that one.
So, single malt, just like Scotch, 100% malted barley, single being the product of a single distillery.
Yeah.
So that's the malt, and that's that piece. Irish whiskey is typically triple distilled, which that says on the bottom of that, the side of that bottle embossed there. So you want to distill 3 times. It can actually be distilled to a very high proof, I believe just shy of 190 proof off the still. And then they do not use new barrels, so it's all used barrels. And that was an interesting description because we talked a while back about the difference between maturation in something like a sherry barrel and finishing. And that does both. So for all of its life, some of that whiskey's in a used bourbon barrel, some of it's in a used Oloroso sherry barrel. And then it sounds like it all came together and then spent time in a Madeira barrel. That's a lot going on.
It is, and this is apparently a bottle that's very difficult to get, and blah blah blah.
But you bought it, and now it's
here. And I feel like we shouldn't drink it now because we've been drinking higher proof stuff and different. But maybe we do an Irish.
That's quite the tease.
Yeah, well maybe next week.
Sure. I'll bring some. I got some Redbreast 15 cast strength.
Oh yeah, that was good. Yeah,
we'll bring that and drink them together.
I got some Jameson's Black that my mother brought me from Ireland.
In the box.
It is in the box. I should take that out. That's not fair.
All right. So next week, Irish whiskey.
Oh, next week we are not going to.
We're not. Oh, that's right.
We're not
I
here.
meant to tell everybody. Next week, not here. Let's do that here.
We are going to Moab, so we might do some whiskey content. We will do whiskey content. It will not be live. Because interwebs, we're going to be outside. And, actually, we'll be in the hotel. We could probably do something. We're going to be busy, though. All right, well, in 2 weeks, we'll do an Irish whiskey. So I've got this. I've got the Jameson Black. So my mother knows I love whiskey. She does not know anything about whiskey. She went to Ireland just before COVID, and she brought me back Jameson's Black, which is not anything too special, but she got it at the Jameson's distillery, which was pretty cool.
Your mom doesn't watch because I hate for her to know you put that in the throwaway box.
Well, the throwaway box, by the way, is going with us to Moab, so I figured somebody would enjoy it.
It may get drunk.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get drunk. It may get drank.
It will get
Is
dranked.
it drunk or drink?
Dranked. I don't know.
Drunked.
Truncated.
80, yes, Larry, 80 proof. And don't let 80 proof whiskeys that are Scotch and Irish and Japanese whiskeys necessarily turn you off. 12 years in a used barrel lets the distillate shine, but it also picks up a lot of influence in those barrels over time. And there's typically a lot more complexity in a 12-year-old Irish or Scotch whiskey at 80 proof than a typical bourbon. It's barely 4 or 5 years old at 80 proof. So don't let that scare you off from at least trying it. What did you pay for that bottle?
63. So. Yeah, I mean, it's not something I would have bought. So I say this is a good pickup for me just because it's forcing me to try something new.
But I will say in that box are a whole lot of those bottles from the club thing.
They really are. They really are.
That's not good.
It's not.
No bueno.
No. But, to be fair, a lot of the picks in the past have been MGP, and people are really into MGP, and I'm just not.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
Yeah.
So how do we wrap this up? What do we drink to wrap this up?
Well, there's only one thing left.
Then let's drink that.
All right. This is a phenomenal bottle. And it's a single barrel pick, so it's from Hazel's here in Colorado.
Is it Hazel's? That's Total Beverage.
Or sorry, Total Beverage. Total Beverage. I bought one of these, and then I went back and bought many of these because it's so good. And I've had this side by side. That was really clever. Side by side with Booker's.
And now I can go back and watch and wait for it to actually happen.
Yeah, see? Clever guy. I've had this side by side with Booker's. And
You
ridiculous.
didn't pour yourself any.
I'm going to. I got to finish my. I got one last little sip of Russell's. Now I can do it.
But can you do this?
Not the slide in. No, because I'm gonna ruin all your computer equipment. I'm afraid. Anyway, so I bought a bunch of these. Drank it side by side with one of my favorite Booker's bottles, and it's not as good as Booker's. But my gosh, for the $60 I paid for it, it is phenomenal. I've bought several of them. It's 9 years and change, single barrel, just super, super good. You get some of the notes of the Booker stuff, but it's not as subtle.
That's fat and sweet, oaky, sweet oaky.
I think
it's a little dry.
I think I've drank through 3 of these bottles already.
I still have the first one.
I mean, I had help. People did help me drink these.
No, it's your bottle. I mean, if I'm drinking out of your bottle, I don't count that as me drinking.
Oh, it's just me?
Yep.
Oh, I drink your. Okay.
The more I drink your bottle, the more you're drinking, not me.
Does that make my batting average go up, or like, how does that work?
I don't know.
Yeah, they're just doing a lot of things right here. I mean, everything about it is so good. And actually, so the day I picked this up, they did have Knob Creek 12 on the shelf as well, but it was pretty well overpriced that I didn't want to plunk down the
I
cash.
paid $60 for the one I've got.
Yeah, so this was.
It's the regular. Now they're now doing a 12-year-old cask strength.
This was not the cash strength. This is just a 12-year-old, and it was, I think, almost $90-something. So.
And next time we can afford the time to get as drunk as we were last week, we should just go all in beam, because I've got one of those that I haven't opened. We can get the regular 9-year-old.
Yep.
I've got a 12. I got a 15. We just open it all.
Why not?
We got Booker's.
Yeah. All right.
You got any Baker's left over there? Or did you drink it all?
Baker's is gone. Yeah. Baker did not last long.
Could do that after the Irish whiskey. Maybe we'll do that.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
We'll plan a Friday evening pizza party.
Plan.
It's
the thing we do.
We'll ask our wives to come watch us get drunk on camera.
Yeah. I did promise my wife I would pour her something, and I forgot to.
Oh, well, does she want to be on the stream, or should we wrap it up and pour Rachel
I don't think she wants to be on the stream with us two.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
All right, well, this was fun,
Yeah.
and I apologize for not having the correct stuff that I planned.
This guy.
It happens.
Hey, we still accomplished all of this.
Yeah, and I'm glad Angus got to hang out for a minute. That's awesome. Larry, thanks for being here as always. Means a lot to us.
Yeah, it's been fun.
And I'm glad we drank.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Go have a drink.
Don't forget, podcasts, any platform, just search The Practical Still. YouTube channel, right where you're watching now. Go look at the other videos. There's Open the Bottle, Back to the Bottle. There's some distillery visit videos on there.
That was a fun one. Yeah.
It's a fun one, Deer Hammer. And I've been very disappointed lately with small distilleries and new releases.
Yeah.
Hey, there's David.
Hi, David.
Thanks, David. Good to see you, man. Thank you. Good, happy weekend. But don't forget those things. Podcast, all the other stuff I said. Cheers.
Bye.